Om Shanti, and a very good morning from Aberdeen Hindu Temple in Stonywood in Aberdeen. A great pleasure to have half an hour meditation with yourselves today. And I wanted to speak about the word tapasya, or what is meant intense meditation. Meditation is a way of stilling the mind. It's a method to become still, and there are many, many methods to achieve that stillness inside. Originally, the yogis sat for many, many hours in contemplation by the river Indus and experimented with their thoughts. And they maintained their health through other practices, such as breathing exercises, and to be able to sit for long periods of time. They learned movement exercises, which nowadays are called Hatha yoga, yoga while in action. But the main focus was that of meditation. And when meditation is good, it's intense, then it is referred to as tapasya. Because tapasya, intense meditation, is that what brings you happiness, that brings you attainment, makes you feel refreshed. In fact, after a full day's work, if coming back home, you sit in meditation and you have the fortune of getting into that state of intense meditation, of tapasya, and ultimately of yoga, which means communication, to communicate with, to interact with, to merge with, then whatever tiredness you had brought from your day's work just flows away, and you remain fresh and alert, and your mind is clear. So meditation is very, very important, of finding back that balance that will allow us to take the next part of the day and early night and start using it in a very beneficial way. Because when we come back, say we work, then we don't have to preoccupy ourselves with whatever the type of work we have. But then we can actually use that time and not waste that time to actually progress further as a human being, as a soul, as a spiritual being that is on a path, that is on a journey. And the outcome of the journey is actually very important, because it will determine where I am going next. Yeah. So in a way, we are the creators of our own destiny. And so whatever we do with our mind, because that is where the soul is located, that will actually determine how we feel, how much energy we have, how much happiness and satisfaction we have with our own life. And if I actually allow myself to go into that stage, which we call soul consciousness, so awareness of the soul, when I become detached and become just that eternal one, the one that can be unlimited, no longer defined by the restrictions of the body, but fully unlimited, eternal, timeless. When I go into my original essence, my original form, then I experience higher values of peace and happiness and wisdom and strength and power. And it's a power that is spiritual power. It's not physical power. It's not the power that causes sorrow, but it's a power that is so strong that it actually fulfills all the desires. It fills whoever comes in front of you and allows them to be in that stage of strength, that state of might, of love, of peace, of happiness, of lightness, where there are no more questions, there is no sorrow, and there is the ability to deal with whatever is coming in front of us in a very easy way, in a light way, in a way that brings benefit, in a way that gives happiness, and also a way through which we ourselves receive that happiness. And so, in our free time, when we're not preoccupied by our work, our duty during the day, looking after others, making sure that we obtain whatever physical wealth that will allow us to stay comfortable and to have opportunities. So when I'm not preoccupied with the external world, I can actually start to look into my internal world. And the first question that I have to ask myself is the eternal question of, who am I? What is it? Am I just this body? Am I this gender? Am I this culture? Am I this person that is defined by the role, by the work they do, by the family they have, by all the aspects that are external to us? But when I want to answer this question of who am I really have to go beyond that, beyond my immediate physical surroundings, but also look into who am I truly, untamed, unchanged by whatever clothes I have, but whatever roles I play during my daily life. And so it's almost like trying to connect with who I am truly, eternally. And also start to work on whatever goes into my mind. What are my thoughts? What are my feelings? What are my emotions? What are my experiences? And how do I deal with them? So you can see that there's nothing better than in the early mornings to sit down and to prepare oneself for the day, to start the day with strength, with power, with harmony, with balance, with lightness and happiness. And then at the end of the day, sit down in meditation again and conclude the day, give the day rest. And it's almost like in both parts, there is a planning part, but then there's a part where I just can relax and detach myself from the world around me. And it's not egoistical or selfish. It's not just thinking about myself, but it's actually nourishing the soul. It's actually finding clarity and finding balance. And through that, I will be able to respond to others in a different way. I will be able to detach myself. And I will be, this body will be the instrument through which the soul acts and the soul interacts. And when I'm connecting with that highest form of myself, then I'm not coming from a needy place, from a place where I have to create for my livelihood, but I come from a place of higher consciousness, of values. And when I'm in that space, I can be unlimited. And I want to invite you to the next step. And that is just to appreciate that we are all souls. We're souls in this beautiful blue, green, brown planet. We're souls in a place of unlimited resources, which unfortunately, through devices, through greed and ego and anger, are becoming less. But if we were to all just take what we need from this world is plenty, and it can give us so much, so that everybody can live comfortably. And so I invite you just to see each one as a soul. Imagine the world in front of you, and the world has got so many souls, but we would be connecting with human souls, because that is the soul that we connect with. We may love animals and plants, but the connection here is between souls, between equals. And all these souls are almost like brothers, which means that they have equal chances. It's not like when we're in bodies where chances are different, but here we have equal chances. And so I consider myself to be a soul. And the soul is located in the center of my forehead, in between my eyebrows. It is a point of unlimited consciousness, an eternal form. It is who I am always and will always be. And so everybody has a soul that interacts with the body, and so the body expresses itself. And if you were to imagine the whole world just to be souls in bodies, and our home is far, far beyond this physical world, in a space where there is no matter, a place that we depict as being golden red light, a place of balance, of harmony, a place of unlimitedness. And in that space, we find the Supreme, the Source, the Seed, the Almighty, the Companion, the Friend, the Father, the Mother, that Source, that point of light that is similar to ours, and yet, as it doesn't have a body and will never have a body, it can maintain its full unlimitedness and can be unlimited at all times and bring beauty and benefit into this world. And it is at this time of the cycle of time, of the cycle of humanity, that we need that helping hand of the Supreme. We need that hand to allow us to return back to our original elevated consciousness, to a pure consciousness that has no needs of vices, of lust, of ego, of anger, of greed, of attachment. That is a soul that is light, a soul that is happy, that's a soul that is fulfilled and a self-sovereign, which means it doesn't need to get any guidance by anyone. But that soul automatically and naturally is able to choose whatever is right and whatever is the next step it should take. And so the moment I go into that stage of being the soul, it is almost as if all my questions, all my worries and difficulties just flow away, they melt away. And here I stand in absolute strength, in absolute power, the soul connected with the Supreme Soul in that space of beautiful golden red light. So let us try meditation. So first of all, try and sit comfortably wherever you are. There's no need for any pose or any difficulty, but just stay comfortably so that you can take time off during which you will not be pulled into the body as it is uncomfortable, if it is uncomfortable. So take a nice deep breath through your left nostril, in, hold it, and then breathe out. Hold it. Breathe in again. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. And continue in this way. Slowly, consciously, mindfully. Breathe in and out. And detach yourself from the awareness of your body. Detach yourself of the awareness of the room you're sitting in. Detach yourself of the sounds that you hear in a distance, maybe of cars passing by, the lights, a dog, an animal, a human. Sit even in between a lot of noise and become really peaceful inside. Continue breathing in and out really slowly. Become aware of the light in between your eyes, in between your eyebrows. The light of the soul, the third eye, the place of consciousness. Experience peace inside by reducing your thoughts and just follow my words with your mouth, with your ears. Let go of everything. Become light. It's just for a short period of time. A time for refreshing the self. And for empowering the self. And as you become light, experience how the atmosphere around you also becomes quiet and still. As you become light, you connect with that source, the seed, the universal power, the supreme, in a place of golden red light. A place of infinite space, of absolute stillness, of absolute beauty, if that could be described like that. And as you sit in front of the Supreme, with your soul ignited like a diamond, connected with the Supreme, You receive the vibrations of purity, of light, of might, of happiness. And it is like your soul is filled. And then, being overflowing, you start giving that energy, that vibration to the world. So we're going to use our breath for that now. So breathe out and go into the consciousness of I, the soul, the being of light, in the center of my forehead, in between my eyebrows, where the third eye is. So breathe out in the consciousness of the soul. Breathe in for the count of 4. And reach up to the Supreme, to the source, to the seed, to the universal power. Hold it. And then breathe out, giving to the world. And then go back into that stage of I, the soul. Now I invite you to repeat this on your own. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Reach up to the Supreme. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, giving to the world. 2, 3, 4. Return back to the stage of the soul. 2, 3, 4. And do it again. And if you want, you can do it like a circle. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Find yourself in front of the Supreme. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, giving to the world. 2, 3, 4. Turn back to the awareness of the soul. And as you keep on cycling in this way, the light in yourself increases. The peace inside yourself becomes not just the state inside your body, but it goes beyond your body. And the light of your soul reaches beyond your immediate surroundings and even further. This light, this Akash, has got the sweetness of peace and love, of wisdom, of power, of happiness. It is a happiness that is full, not lacking anything, but peaceful and sweet. And it shows in your face. Your face has a positive expression, perhaps a smile on your lips, and the kindness and love that comes from your eyes. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go in front of the Supreme. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, giving to the world. 2, 3, 4. And return back to that stage of I, the soul. So I, the soul, the eternal one, the one that is embodied, that has incarnated in this body, is having yoga with the Supreme. And I'm not asking for anything. But even in that moment when I stand, when I connect with the Supreme, all my questions are answered. No worries remain. The soul is empowered and it is free, it is light. When obstacles come, the soul can fly over them because the soul is light. Obstacles become a game and are the opportunity to see that my tapasya, my yoga is good. And that transformation happens inside the self. So slowly breathing in, coming in front of the Supreme, being filled with the rays of love and appreciation, of empowerment and upliftment. And then shining this experience onto the world and bringing that peace, that unity that is so much needed. Dispersing that emptiness and darkness from the world and giving the fragrance of the sweetness of the Supreme and returning back to that stage of I, the soul, the diamond, the being of light in the center of my forehead. Practice this when going for a walk. Practice seeing everybody else around through the eyes, which are the windows of the soul, and seeing them as souls, beings of light, on a journey, and on a journey of consciousness, of attainment, of happiness. No matter what happens to the body, sorrow is only there if I allow it to take hold. Even in difficulties, let me find solutions. Difficulties, that is, obstacles, will arrive, will come. But let me go beyond them. Let me fulfill my potential. Let me stand in the light of the Supreme constantly at all times and have that canopy of protection, that canopy of connection over me. And let that lightness be how I interact with the world without stress, without concern, but just light and happy, self-aware and respectful. And as I create this state inside myself, I become like a magnet that is connected with a supreme magnet at all times. And this charisma will entice others to also become magnets and allow them to experience themselves and to come closer to the answer of who am I? Yes, I do a job during the day. Yes, I have these connections, these responsibilities. But let me be free and light. And let me connect with my highest consciousness. Let me connect with the Source, with the Supreme, and experience the blessings and give these blessings to the world. Let the purpose of my life and each one's life here to be of benefit and transform any sorrow, any concern into happiness. Bring solutions and stay light. Om Shanti. Om I am. Shanti, peace. Om Shanti. I am a peaceful soul. I'm a resident from that place beyond sound, from that place that is golden and red light, a place where we originate for before we come into this world and incarnate. Let me bless the journey. Let me be grateful for the opportunity. And most of all, continue to spread this light of happiness and peace with the world. Om Shanti.